Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. As you can probably see, I'm down here in the station at Wynyard Station, and I'm just waiting for the train to turn up so that I can go just one stop to Circular Quay, where I'll get off and walk to work. But it's a wet old day out there. The rain is sheeting down. And it's 100% rain predicted for today, tomorrow, and the next day, and probably for the whole week. It's absolutely pouring all over the state, and it's a good old time from a moisture perspective. I'd imagine that Warragamba Dam will hit 100%. It's sitting at 98%, but with all this concentrated rain, it's going to be a good time for water storage. But let's go on a bit of a walk and talk and a bit of an expedition today. And I don't know where this is going to lead me, but I've left my notes at home, so I'm just going to talk about a topic which I thought about on the bus this morning. I happened to work with a number of young females, and one of the ladies that I work with is an Irish lady from young. She's probably my youngest daughter's age, and her name is Bridgine. And we talk about different topics because we're basically together 10 hours a day in a team doing the work that we do. And one of the questions she asked me one day, probably about a month ago, was that, Jimmy, she said, Jimmy, if anything happened to your wife, say she got sick and died, would you ever marry again? And I looked her straight in the eyes and I said, Bridgine, I would never marry again. I'm a one-woman man. I get married once, and that's it for me. And she looked at me with great surprise, and she said, well, why is that? Wouldn't you want to get married again? And I sat and thought, and I said, no, Bridgine, I wouldn't want to get married again for a number of reasons. I am married, and being Greek Orthodox, a Greek Orthodox wedding union or marriage union is eternal. Just because somebody dies or passes away, and heaven forbid, I would never hope for this to happen. So don't think that it's the sort of thing that crosses my mind all the time. But according to the Greek Orthodox faith, people are still members of the church and the family, whether or not they're living or they've passed away, because the spirit is still present, and life continues. So really, Greek Orthodox don't see death as death. It just appears to be or is lived as a different sort of I don't even know how to explain it, but a different place. But people continue to adore and respect their loved ones, even in death. And I look back over my life, and I look at all the role models that I've had in my life, and observe their behaviours. So, for example, my father outlived my mother. He never ever talked about remarriage or having another relationship with another woman. My father's father, Dimitrios, after who I'm named after, he outlived his wife, and once again he never remarried. He just got on with life and continued living as best he could, bringing up his children and enjoying his grandchildren. I've got aunties who have lost their husbands, and once again they never never got remarried, never had any relationships, and it just seems to be part of our DNA and just culturally part of who we are. My mother-in-law, for example, was much younger than my father-in-law. She lost her husband well over 35 years ago. The more I think about it, the more I just shudder. And she was a young woman, and has lived, 35 plus years without a husband, and without a relationship. So it doesn't seem to be unusual in the Greek culture for people to live on. And so they're my thoughts on that particular topic. So, and my wife always says to me, she always has a dig at me and says that, if something happens to me, you'll marry straight away. And I tell her, why would you think that? I love you, you're my first love and only love. I would never ever jeopardize that or put that under scrutiny or make it difficult even for my children. So you sit back and think and you go, where do we learn all these love lessons? But as I said, we've had lessons, we've had our parents, we've had relatives, and also, as silly as it may sound, I look back at even the cartoons that I watched when I was growing up, and although Pepe Le Pew has come under fire, I must admit I've learnt a lot of lessons from Pepe Le Pew about love, about relationships, about chasing and continually to chase the ones that you love and to stay connected and committed to the ones that you love. Because Pepe Le Pew would be pushed away, he'd be ridiculed, he'd be disappointed all the time by the one that he chased, by the one that he loved. But she would always push back and make him feel uncomfortable. Anyway, I can't see the train coming, and it looks like here that there may not be any trains coming. So what I'll do is I'll head back up and get the train. How interesting is that? So I came down here thinking the train comes from this station, but it doesn't, hence why there's very few people here. But I'll make my way upstairs and head to another station. I think the train came on the other station. How come I got it all wrong today? Let me have a look. It goes to Town Hall. Let me go and check upstairs again to see how I get to Circular Quay. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Let's have a good weekend. I wish you all well. It's the week leading into Greek Independence Day. So to my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, stay reasonable. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. And let's make the most of the relationships that we have. And there are no trains to Circular Quay. That's why it's so quiet here. Anyway, I'll head out, and it looks like I'll have to walk down to Circular Quay and endure that storm. Doesn't matter, we'll get there. Just another lesson in patience. I've got an umbrella, so it shouldn't be a problem. But I look forward to coming to you again from another location with another message, a message of empowerment to help us get us through the morning, help get us through the day. And just in summary, I guess the important lesson I've learnt in my life, and the important lesson that I want to pass on to all the young people who are early in their relationships and young and in love, you basically get one good chance to make the most of it, to make the most of a relationship. And if you blow it, chances are you may never ever get another opportunity to find the love in your life that you experienced with that first wedding, that first love. So be careful, be nurturing, be patient, and do whatever you need to do to keep it alive and keep it special, I guess, is the key lesson that I have. Whilst it is possible to find love again, I'm not denying that it is. It is very, very difficult, because at the end of the day, we're all the same. We all have the same needs. We all have the same challenges. We all have the same sort of problems. And many, many people are burdened by injury through bad relationships, which many can't get over. And it impacts their future relationships as well. So here we go. I'm on George Street. As you can see, it's sheeting down. So what I'll do is I'll pop the umbrella up and I'll start heading off to work. So have a good day, and I hope I haven't inflamed or any sensitivities out there today with today's very, very sensitive topic. A very personal topic as well. But sometimes we need to talk about these things just to get on the same page. And we're not all on the same page. Other people may find what I say silly and stupid, but that's okay. You know, at the end of the day, I've opened up. I've been authentic. I've been honest with how I feel about this topic, and it doesn't mean that others need to follow and feel the same and to live the same as I've just talked about. So make the most, as I said, of your life, make the most of your relationships, but be warned. You know, be warned that whatever you have, grab it with both hands, 10 fingers, squeeze it tight with 2 arms, and live it to the best of your ability, because the opportunities are limited, very, very limited, and we need to understand that. We need to appreciate it, and we need to give gratitude to the love that does come into our lives, and to respect it, I guess, is the best way of describing it. Yassas, take care, and I'll sign off now from Jim's 5am Club. Like ya, and we'll chat again soon. Bye for now.